we go.
Rolling.
Hey, Mark.
You'll go in action.
Here we go. And action.
Apart from the sort of obvious reasons you might want to shoot on location in order to capture sort of the reality of the place, I find that shooting on a distant location like that brings the cast and crew together as well. You know, you're living with each other and you're forced to deal with each other. And it somehow makes a better unit, a better family, a better group.
You know, it's been great company, great spirits, great fun.
Great food, great parties. It's a really fun group of people to do it with.
Louisiana rocks. It's a lot of neat people. A lot of neat people around here. So it's fun coming down here and trying to immerse into this culture and to these people and to be kind of here long enough to feel a part of the community.
This is a story that's set in Louisiana. It just has the flavor of Louisiana. It's like, you know, trying to shoot a movie about New York and Los Angeles, you know. It's doable, but it's not as good.
All the King's Men is a part of Louisiana's heritage. It's a story that they really wanted to have told. So from the governor to the film commissioner to everybody on down, they were incredibly supportive and incredibly helpful.
We shot in the capital in Baton Rouge, we shot in Morgan City, we shot in Donaldsonville, we shot in and around New Orleans, we shot in New Iberia.
We've been shooting kind of all over Louisiana, especially around the New Orleans and within like 150 miles of New Orleans. Some really interesting smaller cities and some swamp area, some farmland. There's a lot of cane farming, sugar cane farming, and it's been really interesting.
This is like almost a tour of home for me. I went to grammar school 300 yards from the state capitol steps. School no longer exists there, called St. Joseph Parochial. So this is and again, the first place I went was a place that I ran track.
It's my home, the state, and I'll be driving on my way to the set for the first time to a new location. I'll get a flash of like, oh my God, I think I was here in like 1972. So it's weird.
Hey, cut.
It seemed to me important to shoot it in the place where some of these events in the story actually took place. New Orleans is a fascinating city. It's a great place to shoot. It's sort of dripping with history and with interesting places.
Mr. Stark.
Jack Burton, how are you, sir? Good to see you.
We shot in as many of the real places that made sense. We shot in the Fairmont Hotel, which at the time that Huey Long had a suite there was called the Roosevelt Hotel. Whenever we would go to Baton Rouge, we'd drive on the highway that he built, across the bridges that he built, shot in the state capitol, which he built. So we tried to shoot in as many places as it made sense for us, or he had walked.
Okay, and everybody behind him should go to their left.
The story is a very southern story, and it made it very important, I think, for us to shoot it in Louisiana, which was a great place to shoot, and certainly the state capitol building where we shot for a couple of weeks was really unbelievable. In fact, the governor even gave us her office, which was very kind for us to take over, and we shot in the governor's office.
What you really get is the grandeur, a vision that Huey P. Long had. You don't understand it until you come and you walk into that state building and you see, the Italian marble and all the stonework and the statues and the murals, and all of a sudden you're like, this guy he was a serious player.
It's so much easier because it's so much less work you have to do. Just getting the vibe from the place and where it happened. Just seeing that actual huge building that he built gives you a clue.
Yeah, I don't know if this place has been touched in probably like 60 or 70 years. That informs something in you as an actor, if you're open to it, You walk in, you see the oaks with the Spanish moss. You're kind of transported if you allow yourself to be. The heat gives you a pace, and the humidity gives you a certain rhythm, and all that I just think it's invaluable for an actor. I can't imagine shooting this movie anywhere else.
Action!
What I'm really, really excited about is that Louisiana is now become maybe one of the top states, if not the top, certainly one of the top 3 states for movie locations. We got great tax advantage for this. Movie people like to come here and shoot. They enjoy the hospitality. They like coming to New Orleans. The people are nice. The food is better than good. And the location people like it. They're able to find it, and they work real well. So I'm very, very, very enthusiastic about it.
Movies are about people, but on the other hand, Louisiana just brought so much to the table, both in terms of making it inviting to shoot here, the people who, have been open-armed about it. I think they're going to be real proud of the story.
There's a certain feel and a certain look, and I'm not sure that anyone would have appreciated us telling this very southern story and shooting it anywhere else.
This is a story unique to Louisiana. The cypress has a very distinct growth pattern. The bayous move in a certain way, and so does the river. It's particular to this place. Those are the best kinds of stories because they can't be moved. And yet, its interest is for everyone.
The design was quite extraordinary. Every location was perfect. Every location, to me, felt like I was reading it from the pages of the book.
Was Mr. Peyton saying those people you're with are mixed up in some sort of graft?
Graft's what you call it when who's doing it doesn't know which fork to use.
There's an American aristocracy that only existed in the South. Louisiana, the French, really attached to their sort of European culture and education and finery that goes along with that culture.
So the architecture just reflects their set of mind. It's beautiful, it's classical. Nothing has changed in these houses for 100 years. You know they're a period house, but there's no specific time. So that's the whole point of the story. Nothing has changed and nothing's going to change. But Willie comes with his new vision, and he's going to change things.
I'm coming for him, and I'm coming for blood!
A movie is like a political campaign. I mean, relationships you forge here are very intense. You tend to go to dinner with people. You're on the set all day. And I'm almost getting like, oh, God, this is going to be over at some point. I'm going to be so sad when all this is over.
For me, the job is always judged, if you like, on the journey. And I've had a really terrific journey, and I've learned a hell of a lot and had a lot of fun.
Watching Steve work and seeing the performances by these actors and being a part of this effort was a wonderful experience. I very much enjoyed it.
Very fantastic.